Kevin Sidebottom here. I'm an author, speaker, and trainer, and I go around and I teach sales organizations and leadership teams on how to grow trust, influence, grow their profits, and, increase sales. That's all we need in business, right? Well, no, we also need to be growing trust with our teams. So whether we're selling to a customer or our team members, we constantly need to be leveraging trust and growing it. So today's video, let's talk about how you build trust in business in general. We're going to do 3 things every time. And that's going to be answering 3 questions at every interaction. We're also going to be investing in people. Yep, that's right. We're going to have to be intentionally investing in people. And we're going to have to focus on building trust. That's right. So I'm going to give you some keys in this video on how to do that. So the first thing we're going to do is answer 3 questions. Do I like you? Do I trust you? How can you help me? That's right. Trust grows from those 3 questions. And especially the second question is, do I trust you? That's right. Do our actions align with our words? Or are we just saying something, doing something else? We need to make sure that we're answering those questions effectively. And here's the key thing. It's only about 7 seconds long in duration to answer those 3 questions when they meet with us. And then people are already going to have their assumptions about us formed quickly. That means we have to do a lot of work. So here's how we do this. First thing we have to do is make sure we know who we're meeting with. Yep. We need to know who we're meeting with. We need to know the setting. We need to make sure that we're intentional up here. That's right. We have to be intentional with those that we're meeting with and know who they are. So what I always recommend, whether it's a customer or a team member, we know who we're meeting with and we get some intel on them. Not like a spy and all that other stuff, but we're intentional about learning about those people because we value those people. So we need to make sure that we're doing this. Now, just about every business has a CRM, customer relationship management tool, whether it's Salesforce, HubSpot, Excel spreadsheet. I still use paper when I'm meeting with different people that I go and fill out. And it's, besides their name and their address and whatnot, and maybe their birthday, you want to know more about them. Their husbands or wives, their significant others, their kids, their pets, their hobbies. What are they doing and why are they doing it? Because we want to make a connection with people. If you look at like past elections, those that have won have made a connection with the audience and the voters. We need to be doing that as well to gain influence. Not to manipulate people, but because we care about people. Here's how we're going to do this. We're going to understand who those people are. We're going to have to fill out this paperwork or the Salesforce to really understand everybody. If you have a business, have them populate their own profile sheets. What are their aspirations and goals? So that way, when you meet with them, you know all this information because you can pull it up really quick and have it ready. When I'm meeting with customers, I'm writing down stuff to learn about them constantly. I carry a piece of paper. I ask them, hey, can I take notes when I'm meeting with customers? And typically they'll say, yeah. They'll be more leaning in because they're saying, wow, this guy actually cares. He's actually taking notes. Most people don't. So we need to be intentionally learning about people. And that's going to help us answer those 3 questions. Because once we know what their needs are, well, we focus on how we're answering those needs with our business or our product and service. So we need to constantly be focused on how can we help people. And yes, that's a here part. We need to focus in our heart how we're going to do that. If we're just cold and callous saying, I just want to sell product and service, well, guess what? It's not going to work. If you want to gain unlimited traction, you need to constantly be improving yourself and growing your relationships. And if you want team members to stay with you for long periods of time, you're going to have to do the same. Okay? So we've talked about those 3 questions. Now, how do we do that outside of just learning about people? Well, we need to invest in the relationships. Now, if you're with customers, you should be doing trainings with them. Help them understand what's going on. Teach their sales teams. If it's our business teams and our corporation, we need to be putting people through at least 1 training a year. Yep, that's right. We need to invest in them. And it's typically either somebody from inside the organization from a different department or hiring somebody from outside to come in and teach a new tool for us to use to put in our toolbox. We need to be investing in our teams and our customers constantly, because if you're not growing, you're dying. Now, here's a little caveat I also recommend. Yes, you can do the 1-day training or a half a day training, whatever it is, but hold the people back if you can for an extra day, because we want to debrief, and here's why. Most elite organizations, such as the Navy SEALs, actually do this process. They go through their trainings, and then they come back and debrief and see where they got hung up so they can go practice the mission again and practice, debrief, making sure that they're hitting the mark every single time and they're improving. So when they get out to the battlefield, they move solid and without hiccups. We need to do that in business as well. So we need to debrief. And when people are discussing stuff, they're actually going to be learning about each other. And as they spend more time together, they build relationships and understanding. So if you can do a culture of learning about your people, you're going to be very successful. Okay? Now here's the 3rd thing I always recommend. Far too many organizations overcommit and underproduce. They have these grand visions of what's going to happen, and when the rubber meets the road, they don't meet those grand visions. That's right. Now, I'm not saying you need to go all the way back the other way and say, well, we're just not going to go out there and forecast anything or say we're going to do something. What we need to do is undercommit and overproduce. So what I give an example is like a program manager or project manager. They're pre-programmed through their trainings to actually bake in extra time. So if it's a 5-day project, they actually bake in a couple extra days. So if they hit those, that in 7th day they hit the project, great, they're successful. But if they hit it in the 5th day, now they've overachieved in the customer's eyes or the team's eyes. So we need to make sure that we're undercommitting, overproducing in everybody's eyes. We need to make sure that we are making commitments, but we need to make sure that they're actionable and we can actually achieve them, but not be too conservative that we don't really make any progress. Okay? So that's it for this video. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I've got ways to get in touch with me at the bottom of this video. If you like this video and it's helpful, click like, share it with somebody that might benefit. The more people that see this, the more that we can help people. All right? We'll see you next time.